about what we have seen in the lecture today. Evolution of life forms a theory. Okay, conventional religious literature tells us about the theory of special creation. This theory has three connotations. This special creation theory was given by a Spanish monk, which was Father Sudres. Also, the Hindus believe that the creator of life was the Brahma, God Brahma. Alright, so different religious beliefs will have different gods or different whoever they believe in, they will say that life has originated from this saint or from this god. And it had three connotations, it had three feelings, it had three suggestions that all living forms, living organisms that we see today were created as such. Second was that the diversity was always the same. Means जब से life begin हुई है diversity ऐसी ही है and it will be the same in future. Loss of diversity नहीं होता है, जितने species पहले थे उतने अभी भी हैं. And that earth is not very old. It is not 4.5 billion years old जो हमने पहले देखा. It is just 4,000 years old. All these ideas were strongly challenged during the 19th century based on the observations during a sea voyage. Now, there was this Charles Darwin who was a naturalist on this ship which was called HMS Beagle. He traveled in this on this ship as a naturalist and he had a very keen interest in nature. This was a sea voyage around the South American continents. Okay, he concluded that existing life forms share similarities to varying degrees not only among themselves but also with life forms that existed millions of years ago. Darwin, on his ship HMS Beagle, whatever observations he did, he concluded that there is some common ancestor through which all these existing life forms have evolved, and we do share some similarities with our ancestors. Many such life forms do not exist anymore. He said that the ancestors are now extinct. There had been extinctions of different life forms in the years gone by, just as new forms of life arose at different periods of history of Earth. जैसे जैसे न्यू स्पीशीज आई वैसे वैसे ओल्ड स्पीशीज एक्सटिंक्ट होते गए हैं. There has been a gradual evolution of life forms. Darwin said that the life form has evolved gradually. Any population has built in variation in characteristics. You and I belong to the same population, but still हम characteristics में differ करते हैं एक दूसरे से. There is some variation. Okay, these variations are genetic, but Darwin was ignoring this fact. He said that there are variations, there are built in variations in a population. Those characteristics which enable some to survive better in natural conditions. Okay, जो climate है, जो food है, जो physical factors है एक particular environment में, जिस organism के पास सबसे अच्छे characters रहेंगे वो natural conditions में survive करने के लिए he or she would outbreed others that are less endowed to survive under such natural conditions. Means जिनके पास वैसे characteristics नहीं है, they will be the better ones will be outbreeding these ones. Means these will be the inferior ones. वो dominantly behave करेंगे, वो better survive करेंगे, वो better reproduce करेंगे. Another word used was fitness of the individual or population. जिसके पास अच्छे कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स रहेंगे वो ज़्यादा फिट रहेगा, वो पॉपुलेशन ज़्यादा फिट रहेगा. एंड फिटनेस अकॉर्डिंग टू डार्विन referred not only to survival of the fittest, this we have spoken of many times, but it was reproductive fitness. Means जो better है, जो उस environment में better है, वो ज़्यादा reproduce करेगा. Who are better fit in an environment leave more progeny than the others. Progeny means their offsprings. These therefore will survive more and hence are selected by nature. Nature is going to select the one who is fit, the one who is fit not only to survive but also to reproduce. And वही लोग ज़्यादा progeny भी produce करेंगे. Nature is going to favor the progeny again because of those characteristics. He called it natural selection and implied it as a mechanism of evolution. We are going to do a complete lecture on mechanism of evolution कि क्या क्या mechanism से evolution होता है, and natural selection is definitely one of them. Nature select करता है कि क्या changes होंगे. नई species जो बनती है पुरानी species से, nature is definitely selecting those characteristics in a species. Let us also remember Alfred Wallace over here. He was again a naturalist who worked in Melapo archipelago. Malay Archipelago. This is the area around Malaysia, Indonesia today. He also came up with similar conclusions around the same time during when Darwin was giving his theory. He gave it in a book, Origin of Species, okay, through natural selection. In due course of time, apparently new type of organisms are recognizable. धीरे धीरे नए organisms जो उस new environment को adapt कर रहे हैं वो recognize होना चालू हो जाते हैं एंड पुराने वाले भी रहते हैं. इट डज नॉट मीन दैट द ओल्डर वंस आर नॉट देयर. वो धीरे धीरे एक्सटिंक्ट होंगे. ऑल द एग्जिस्टिंग लाइफ फॉर्म्स शेयर सिमिलैरिटीज एंड शेयर कॉमन एंसेस्टर्स. इंपॉर्टेंट MCQ. However, these ancestors were present at different periods in the history of Earth. In the history, if we divide the history of Earth geologically, we divide it into सबसे बड़े eras. In the eras, we have different periods, and in the periods, we have different epochs. So, if you have to arrange it, eras will be the biggest one, longest time duration, then the periods, and then the epochs. We will see this geological history in detail again. The geological history of Earth closely correlates with the biological history of Earth. Alright, ancestors जो थे वो पहले थे, ये हम fossil records में हम geology में देखेंगे. A common permissible conclusion is that Earth is very old, not thousands of years as it is said by the special creation theory, but it is billions of years old. This was concluded. I will further move on to where we have done in this lecture today. We have discussed that, see, in our animal husbandry lecture you have seen हम कैसे breed select करते हैं to get our favorable breed जो हमको ज़्यादा अच्छा आउटपुट देगी, जो ज़्यादा अच्छा सर्वाइव करती है हमारे इन्वायरमेंट में. So if man can do it, nature can definitely do it. Man has bred selected plants and animals for agriculture, horticulture, sport or security, for sport or for security. Man has domesticated many wild animals and crops. This intensive breeding program has created breeds that differ from other breeds. We have bred different, हमने क्रॉस ब्रीडिंग बहुत सारी की है जिससे हमको न्यू स्पीशीज मिली है. ओके, बट द ग्रुप इज सेम. इट इज आर्ग्यूड दैट if within hundreds of years man could create new breeds, could not nature have done the same over millions of years? Nature is doing the same over millions of years. जो favorable है उसको रखो, जो favorable नहीं है उसको हटाओ. What we are doing in our horticulture और our agriculture, जो plants ज़्यादा favorable हैं, जो animals ज़्यादा favorable है, जो breed ज़्यादा अच्छे से reproduce कर रही है, ज़्यादा अच्छे से adapt हो रही है हमारे environment में, हम उनको select कर रहे हैं, बाकियों को हटा रहे हैं. If man can do this, why cannot nature do it? Okay. Another interesting observation supporting evolution by natural selection comes from England. We have seen this example of melanized moth. Okay. England में experiments हुए थे. Samples of moths were collected before industrialization, that is in 1850s. MCQs over here, okay, before industrialization in 1850s and after industrialization, that is in 1920s. दोनों सैम्पल्स जब कलेक्ट किए तो बिफोर इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन वाइट विंग्ड मॉथ्स ज़्यादा मिले. द वाइट विंग मॉथ्स, द बायोलॉजिकल नेम वॉज बिस्टिन बेटिलूरिया. Not given over here, just write it down. White wing moths were the Biston betuluria, and the dark wing, that is the black ones or the melanized ones, were the Biston carbonaria. It is easy to remember over here because industrialization के बाद carbonized air हो जाएगी, carbon soot present रहेगा air में, black हो जाएगा atmosphere, so ये carbonaria is the name to it. These experiments were done by Dr. H.B.D. Ketwell, also an important MCQ over here, just write it down. Okay, so before industrialization set in, it was observed that there were more white winged moths on trees than dark winged or melanized moths. However, in the collection carried out from the same area but after industrialization, now the area was kept same. That is in 1920s. There were more dark winged moths in the same area. Means population reverse हो गई थी. Dark winged ज़्यादा हो गए थे industrialization के बाद and the white ones were reduced. Explanation put forth for this observation was that predators spot a moths against a contrasting background. Okay, these moths, they are nocturnal animals, इनके predators bats होते हैं. So contrasting background में bats could easily spot the moths. During post-industrialization period, the tree trunks became dark due to industrial smoke and carbonized soot. Under this condition, the white-winged moth did not survived due to predators. Dark winged or melanized moths survived because predators could not see them. Okay, so the dark winged ones survived. See, this is the dark carbonized tree trunk, and this dark one is difficult to spot for the predator now. But before industrialization, thick growth of almost white colored lichen covered the trees. This A1 is before industrialization, okay, in an unpolluted area. So lichens covered the trees. In that background, the white-winged moth survived, but the dark was easily picked by the predator. Here, the dark one was easily picked by the predators. Do you know that lichens can be used as industrial pollution indicators? Yes, because polluted areas में lichens do not grow. Important MCQ. हम इसको environmental issues that when we see pollution तब भी देखेंगे. Okay, lichens they do not grow in polluted areas, so they can be used as industrial pollution indicators for a particular area. Hence, moths that were able to camouflage themselves. We have seen this example of camouflaging, this example of prey and predator in population interactions also. If you remember, there was an MCQ in which we had discussed this point. Hence, moths that were able to camouflage themselves, that is, hide in the background, survived. This understanding is supported by the fact that in areas where industrialization did not occur, now again, इसको सपोर्ट किया था इस फैक्ट ने कि रूरल एरियाज में जहाँ पे इंडस्ट्रियलाइजेशन नहीं हुआ द काउंट ऑफ मेलानिक मॉथ्स वाज लो, द काउंट ऑफ डार्क मॉथ्स वाज लो. This showed that in a mixed population, those that can better adapt survive and increase in population size. Okay, वही रहे जो better adapt कर सके, जो survive कर सके और increase कर सके, यानी कि reproduce कर सके. Remember that no variant is completely wiped out. Though the population of the black moths, the melanic moths increased, but the white moths were still there. All right. Now, another example to this is the excessive use of herbicides, pesticides, etc. has only resulted in selection of resistant varieties in a much lesser time scale. घर पे ऑल आउट लगाया, घर के मच्छर ऑल आउट के लिए रेजिस्टेंट हो जाएंगे. दे विल डेवलप सम वेरिएशंस इन देयर जीन्स, अपने एंसेस्टर्स से थोड़े अलग हो जाएंगे वो जेनेटिकली, एंड दे विल बी रेजिस्टेंट टू ऑल आउट. This is also true for microbes against which we employ antibiotics or drugs against eukaryotic organisms or cells. हम एंटीबायोटिक्स लेते हैं, इसीलिए बच्चों को एंटीबायोटिक्स नहीं देते हैं, बिकॉज माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स इन द बॉडी विल acquire resistant to those antibiotics. Hence, resistant organisms or cells are appearing in a time scale of months or years and not centuries. जितना एक्सेसिव यूज़ करेंगे, जितना देंगे, उतना रेजिस्टेंट वेराइटीज़ डेवलप होती जाएगी इन अ शॉर्ट पीरियड ऑफ टाइम. These are examples of evolution by anthropogenic action, means man-made evolution. Man जितना misuse करेगा herbicides का, pesticides का, antibiotics का, उतनी ज़्यादा evolutionary species which will be resistant will go on developing. This also tells us that evolution is not a directed process in the sense of determination, in the sense of determinism. ऐसा ज़रूरी नहीं है कि यही चीज़ होगी. It is not determined. It is a stochastic process. It is a random process. All right, stochastic means it is random, it is by chance, it is not predictable, and it is changing over time, it is evolving over time. It is a stochastic process based on chance events in nature and chance mutation in organisms. All right, next we will move on to this part which we have discussed in the lecture today: biologic evolution. Evolution by natural selection in a true sense would have started. Okay, कब स्टार्ट हुआ होगा नेचुरल सिलेक्शन? ये उस दिन से ही चालू हुआ होगा जब से लाइफ चालू हुई, जब से लाइफ ओरिजिनेट हुई. व्हेन डिफरेंट मेटाबॉलिक सेल्यूलर फॉर्म्स ओरिजिनेटेड, तो कौन सा ज़्यादा अच्छे से अडेप्ट कर रहा है वो नेचर सिलेक्ट करेगा. would have started when cellular forms of life with differences in metabolic capability originated on earth. नेचुरल सिलेक्शन तब से चालू हो गया होगा, नेचर ने तब से फेवर कर किया है those organisms which can adapt better, which can survive better. A sense of Darwinian theory about evolution is natural selection. The rate of appearance of new forms is linked to the life cycle or the lifespan of the organisms. कितना जल्दी नेचुरल सिलेक्शन की वजह से न्यू लाइफ फॉर्म्स बनेंगे, न्यू स्पीशीज बनेंगी, विल डिपेंड ऑन the organism की life cycle and lifespan. See, for example, microbes that divide fast have the ability to multiply and become millions of individuals within hours. अगर एक colony of bacteria लिया growing on a given medium, say A colony, has built-in variation in terms of ability to utilize a feed component. ओके एक जो मीडियम दिया है उन माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स को, दे आर फीडिंग ऑन दिस. अगर मीडियम चेंज किया तो सारे के सारे माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स उसमें अडेप्ट नहीं कर सके. अ चेंज इन द मीडियम कॉम्पोजिशन विल ब्रिंग आउट ओनली दैट पार्ट ऑफ द पॉपुलेशन, से बी, दैट कैन सर्वाइव अंडर द न्यू कंडीशंस. So only a set of microorganisms from those, that is the group B, could survive in the new conditions. So medium change किया, environment change किया, adaptability change हुई, जो ज़्यादा अच्छा adapt कर सकेगा वो ज़्यादा survive करेगा. Appears as a new species. धीरे धीरे ये जो वेरिएंट वेराइटी होती है वो आउटग्रो करती है अपने एंसेस्टर को, बिकॉज दिस कैन अडेप्ट वेल, दिस कैन रिप्रोड्यूस वेल. सो सारी स्पीशीज़ जो अब रिप्रोड्यूस होगी, जो प्रोजेनी होगी, ये न्यू टाइप की होगी. दिस वुड हैपन विद इन डेज. फॉर द सेम माइक्रो ऑर्गेनिजम्स में ये विद इन डेज में हो जाएगा, बिकॉज द लाइफ स्पैन इज शॉर्ट. ओके, for the same thing to happen in a fish or a fowl, it would take millions of years, as lifespans of these animals are in years. So जितनी ज़्यादा एक individual की lifespan होगी, this what we spoke over here. The rate of appearance of new forms is linked to the life cycle or the lifespan of the organisms. Important MCQ. For the same thing we discussed, it will take years if the lifespan is more. Okay, it will take millions of years अगर organism की lifespan years में है तो. Here we can say that fitness of B is better than that of A under the new conditions. Okay, means condition change हुई, environment change हुआ तो fitness B का ज़्यादा हुआ A से. Older environment में A was also surviving very nicely. Nature selects for fitness. Nature is going to select the one who is better adapted in the new environment. One must remember that the so-called fitness is based on characteristics which are inherited. B में वो characteristics कहाँ से आए? A से ही आए. Because A was finding it difficult to survive in the present conditions, A ने कुछ changes लाए so that it can survive better in the new conditions. So B has got those characters inherited from A. So these characters are inherited. Hence, there must be a genetic basis of inheritance for getting selected and to evolve. कुछ तो जेनेटिक मेकअप में चेंज हो रहा है सो दैट ये कैरेक्टर्स इनहेरिट हो रहे हैं और इवॉल्व हो रहे हैं और सिलेक्ट हो रहे हैं उस इन्वायरमेंट में. Another way of saying the same thing is that some organisms are better adapted to survive in an otherwise hostile environment. ओके, इन्वायरमेंट चेंज हो गया तो जो पहले के ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं वो इतने हॉस्टाइल नहीं है, इतने अडेप्टेबिलिटी नहीं है उनकी, बट उन्होंने कुछ जेनेटिक चेंजेस किए जिसकी वजह से जो न्यू टाइप ऑफ ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं दे आर बेटर अडेप्टेड. सो अडेप्टिव एबिलिटी इज ऑल्सो इनहेरिटेड. इंपॉर्टेंट MCQ. ये जो अडेप्ट करने की एबिलिटी है वो भी इस न्यू स्पीशीज़ को अपने एंसेस्टर से ही मिली है. इट अगेन हैज़ अ जेनेटिक बेसिस. Fitness is the end result of the ability to adapt and get selected by nature. Okay, so ability to adapt is also inherited, and the new variations जो एक organism में मिलेंगे so it is surviving better is also inherited from the ancestor. So branching descent and natural selection are the two key concepts of Darwinian theory of evolution. Branching descent means एक tree की जैसे branches होती हैं. Okay, so one trunk is common, this is one ancestor. इसमें से environment change होता जा रहा है तो you're getting these two species. Again इसमें से you're getting these two variations, so you're getting these two new species. The common ancestor to these two species, to this species, to this species is this root, is this trunk of the tree. We call it branching descent. एक कॉमन एंसेस्टर से न्यू स्पीशीज मिलती हैं. इफ़ यू गो ऑन ट्रेसिंग द हिस्ट्री ऑफ दीज न्यू स्पीशीज, इफ़ यू गो बैक एंड ट्रेस, यू विल ट्रेस इट टू वन कॉमन एंसेस्टर. मीन्स यहाँ से इनहेरिट हुए हैं सारे चेंजेस. ब्रांचिंग डिसेंट बोलते हैं इसको, एंड नेचुरल सिलेक्शन आर द टू कंसेप्ट ऑफ डार्विनियन थ्योरी. मीन्स पहले ये स्पीशीज़ थी, इन्वायरमेंट चेंज हुआ, थोड़े से वेरिएशंस आए, ये टाइप की स्पीशीज़ बनी. इन दोनों में से ये वाली ज़्यादा अडेप्ट कर सकी, फिर से इन्वायरमेंट चेंज हुआ, इसने रिप्रोड्यूस किया, ये डिफरेंट टाइप की स्पीशीज़ बनी इन द चेंज इन्वायरमेंट. सो दिस इज कॉल्ड ब्रांचिंग डिसेंट. नाउ इवन बिफोर डार्विन, a French naturalist who was called Lamarck. इस theory को हम बोलते हैं Lamarck's theory of inheritance of acquired characters. Okay, this theory you have to remember by the example of a giraffe. Let us see what Lamarck said. He said that evolution of life forms had occurred but driven by use and disuse of organs. जो organ use होगा वो रहेगा, जो नहीं use हो रहा है वो नहीं रहेगा. He gave the example of giraffes who, in an attempt to forage means eat, who, in an attempt to eat leaves on tall trees, had to adapt by elongation of their necks. पहले जिराफ्स के नेक छोटे थे when they were short shrubs, short trees, okay? They could easily feed on them. जैसे जैसे ट्रीज की लेंथ बढ़ती गई, ट्रीज की हाइट बढ़ती गई, फॉर द टॉलर ट्रीज दे हैड टू गो अप टू फीड लीव्स, ओके. सो उनका नेक का लेंथ बढ़ता गया. एज दे पास्ड ऑन दिस acquired character of elongated neck to succeeding generations, giraffes slowly, gradually, over the years came to acquire long necks. इसका एक अच्छा एग्जाम्पल देती हूँ. लाइक नाउ व्हेन द लॉकडाउन स्टार्टेड, आप सबके पास फोन्स नहीं थे, बट जैसे ही वी वर नॉट यूजिंग दिस ऑनलाइन मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, ओके, इन्वायरमेंट चेंज हुआ, वी शिफ्टेड टू द ऑनलाइन मोड ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. सो ये कैरेक्टर अक्वायर होता गया. अभी अगर और भी क्लासेस ओपन नहीं होते हैं तो ये कैरेक्टर अक्वायर हो जाएगा. ओवर द ईयर्स शायद ऐसा हो कि ऑनलाइन मोड ऑफ एजुकेशन ही चले. इट माइट हैपन, ओके. सो दिस इज व्हाट वाज गिवन बाय लेमार्क. इसका और एक एग्जाम्पल है द टोटल डिसअपियरेंस ऑफ लिम्स इन स्नेक्स. बिकॉज स्नेक्स स्टार्टेड क्रॉलिंग ऑन द ग्राउंड, लिम्स का कुछ भी यूज़ नहीं हो रहा था. सो अभी के जनरेशन के स्नेक्स में यू विल सी देर आर नो लिम्स. Okay, this again goes to this theory. He says that जो organ use होगा वो acquire होगा, वो आगे चलेगा generations में. जिस organ का use नहीं हो रहा है वो vestigial हो जाएगा या वो appear नहीं होगा आगे की generations में. In now, is evolution a process or the result of a process? Evolution एक process है कि एक result है, वो दोनों है. Let us see how. The world we see, inanimate and animate, living and non-living, is the only success story of evolution. जब हम ये वर्ल्ड देखते हैं तो ये एक स्टोरी है एवोल्यूशन की. When we describe the story of this world, we describe evolution as a process. When we speak कि apes में से आज के homo sapiens आए हैं, we are describing the evolution as a process. Okay. On the other hand, when we describe the story of life on earth, we treat evolution as a consequence of a process called natural selection. We say कि evolution इसलिए हुआ है क्योंकि environment change होता गया है, nature select करता गया है दूसरी species को, और पुरानी species धीरे धीरे extinct होती गई है. So evolution is an end process also, it is a result also, and it is a process also. We are still not very clear whether to regard evolution and natural selection as processes or end result of unknown processes, but they can be both. For now, we consider कि ये दोनों हैं. It is possible that the work of Thomas Malthus on population, this scientist Thomas Malthus, he had done a lot of work on population. Actually ये सारा जो natural selection है, ये सब जो हम देख रहे हैं, mechanism of evolution or evolution on a whole, it works on population. We study populations कि okay, this population से ये species evolve हुई. It is not an individual characteristic. So this Thomas Malthus works on population influenced Darwin. Natural selection is based on certain observations which are factual. In ये factually देखे गए थे, ये observations थे. For example, natural resources are limited, populations are stable in size except for seasonal fluctuation. Members of a population vary in characteristics. In fact, no two individuals are alike. You see your sister or your brother at home. Even you two are not alike. Okay, there are some changing characteristics. Even though they look superficially similar, most of the variations are inherited. ये inherit होते हैं father से, mother से, maternal genes से या paternal genes से या combination of both. The fact that theoretically population size will grow exponentially if everybody reproduced maximally. Do you remember the exponential growth curve? जिसमें अगर unlimited resources हैं, so we say कि population is going to grow exponentially. But nature में it is not a realistic one. The realistic one is the logistic growth curve. Okay. and the fact that population sizes in reality are limited, they do not grow exponentially, means that there is a competition for resources. Natural nature is playing a role. Nature's carrying capacity we have discussed in detail, okay, in population. Nature is playing a role. Nature is controlling the population. Only some survived and grew at the cost of the others that could not flourish. Okay, जो जो overgrow किए, जो outbreed किए दूसरों को to adapt in a particular environment, only those grew and the others could not. The novelty and brilliant insight of Darwin was this. He asserted that variations which are heritable, ये हमको हमारे पेरेंट्स से ही मिल रहे हैं, and which make resource utilization better for few, okay, they can utilize the resources better, they can adapt to the habitat better, will enable only those to reproduce and leave more progeny. Nature is going to allow those organisms जो उस समय के environment में fit हैं to reproduce, so that there are more organisms which are fit to survive and again fit to reproduce. Hence, for a period of time, over many generations, survivors will leave more progeny and there would be a change in population characteristics, and hence new forms arise, appear and arise, that is speciation होता है, नई species बनती है एक population में. All right, ये सब हमने आज के lecture में discuss किया है detail में. Mechanism of evolution. Now let me discuss this paragraph also. इसमें कुछ contrasting characters मिलेंगे which are important for MCQ. I'll tell you what is the origin of variation. Mechanism of evolution में we will be doing a different lecture. पूरा एक lecture रहेगा क्या क्या mechanisms हैं जिससे evolution हो रहा है. So now you know natural selection is one of the mechanism of evolution. Mendel had talked of inherited characters influencing phenotype. Okay, Mendel ने बात की थी inheritable factors की जो phenotypes को influence करते हैं. You are done with genetic basis of inheritance. Darwin either ignored these observations or kept silence. Darwin did not speak of genetic inheritance. Okay, in the first decade of 20th century, Hugo de Vries, this was one other scientist, he did some work on evening primrose, important MCQ, Hugo de Vries study on mutations, work on evening primrose. He brought forth the idea of mutations, that is large difference arising suddenly in a population. Mutation is a large difference arising suddenly in a population. He believed that it is mutation which causes evolution and not the minor variations, that is, the heritable variations that Darwin is talking about. You all know what mutations are, they are sudden inheritable changes. Alright, so Hugo de Vries, he said that it is mutation, it is sudden changes, sudden genetic changes which is bringing about evolution, which is bringing about formation of new species, and not what Darwin is saying, that minor heritable changes which are slow, which are gradual. So mutations are random, they are directionless. इसका contrasting है डार्विन के variations which are small and directional, they move in one direction. ये species हमेशा better species को बनाती है, ये reverse में नहीं जाता है, so it is directional. Evolution for Darwin was gradual, while for De Vries it was fast. It was a single step process. And he called mutation caused speciation. Mutation नई species बनाता है, which is called saltation. Important MCQ. Single step large mutation is called saltation, which results in the formation of new species. So Hugo de Vries का म्यूटेशन थ्योरी वॉज कम्प्लीटली ऑपोजिट टू डार्विन. डार्विन ने बोला कि स्मॉल स्लोली इनहेरिटेबल चेंजेस रहते हैं, वेरिएशंस रहते हैं, ग्रेजुअली रहता है, ये डायरेक्शनल रहता है. ऑल दीज इज द मैकेनिज्म ऑफ एवोल्यूशन. whereas Hugo de Vries, he said that mutations are the mechanisms of evolution. ये म्यूटेशंस जो हैं ये सिंगल स्टेप लार्ज म्यूटेशन होते हैं, दे आर रैंडम, दे आर डायरेक्शनलेस, एंड दिस brings about formation of new species. Studies in population genetics later brought about some clarity. We will be seeing the mechanism of evolution in detail. I hope this lecture today is clear with you. Just mark all these points in your textbook for all the important MCQs. Okay.